What's up, Facebook? Roberto here with InfluenceOlogy. I recently met a gentleman in one of the events that I did, and I was leaving the event. He said, "Hey, my son is doing a graduation speech. Do you have some tips for my son?" I say, "Of course I do." And then I received an email from him yesterday. He goes, "Hey man, my son's speech is the theme is the power of virtue. Do you have anything to say?" And obviously, I haven't talked to his son. I haven't helped him put the talk together. But here are the 10 quick things that I just wrote via email and sent to him. I want to share with you because I think that everybody can benefit from these things. Number one, define the word, because the power of virtue can be a lot of things, because virtue is a word that encompasses a lot of things. So you want to make sure you define, is it moral? Is it courage? Is the capacity to act? Is the willingness to stay to a high standard of what's right? So what is virtue? So if you have a word that can have multiple meanings, then you want to make sure you define the beginning of your talk. Otherwise, the presenter starts speaking and eventually you lose half the audience because everybody has their own meaning in their minds. Very important. Number two, find personal illustrations. Now, if you're doing a graduation speech, I would say anywhere from 3 to 5 personal illustrations. And when I say personal, you look inside of your life and you sign of your business or profession, in his case, his years of schooling, and find personal examples, because that's what we're going to make the presentation or the speech very unique. Third thing, don't speak outside the theme. And I see even professional speakers committing this mistake. Remember, if the talk is about the power of virtue, then you want to make sure as you elaborating the points, the examples, you don't add another theme. And so many times I see a presentation, they have like 3 or 4 major themes, and that becomes super confusing for the audience. All right? Number 4, make sure all the illustrations serve the audience. Now, when you tell your personal example, a lot of speakers think, man, nobody wants to hear about me, what I have to say. They don't want to hear about my story. And the truth that they want to hear about your examples, your stories, as long as those examples offer a meaning to the audience. So make sure my examples, your stories, they offer a meaning, a how-to, inspiration, maybe a reason for the audience to do something different or to reinforce a behavior. So make sure your examples offer them, serve them the highest level, provide some value. Number 5, finish up the talk strong. In influence, you always have the law of primacy and recency, what comes first and last. So that's why I like, when I do traditional public speaking, to open up strong and finish up strong the talk. And I give an example here. You can add a story, a poem, a quote, and even a question. Sometimes I like to finish up a talk with a question that issues a challenge to the audience. Okay? Number 6, avoid internal jokes that very few people in the audience know. And I saw that happen sometimes. I went to graduation speeches and I see you have the presenter there and he or she tells a little joke that there's, like, let's say 1,000 people in the room and 20 get it, and you don't want to be doing like internal jokes where most of the audience is not familiar with the subject. So that's bad. Avoid that. Number 7, make sure your message is a reflection of your perspective. That's very important. If the audience, look, if someone asks you to speak, it's because they want to learn about your perspective about a specific subject. And I see, unfortunately, nowadays, so many presenters out there, I call them Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli is that they sing someone else's song. Remember the band Milli Vanilli? Girl, you know it's true. Remember that? Where the guy he received a big award and eventually got his award revoked because he was singing someone else's song. And I see all presenters who are singing someone else's song. They don't have their authentic voice. And I believe that if they're calling him to speak about the power of virtue, because this gentleman has some very important characteristics. Right? So make sure the theme, it is a reflection of your belief system. Try to avoid and minimize reading if you're doing a long speech, 10 things or 20 things or half an hour or 45 minutes. So make sure you just minimize the use of being reading information. All right, number 9, speak as if were the last time. It's very important. Speak as if you're the last time you actually seen someone, because the truth is, in my opinion, that actually happens all the time. As a speaker, here's what I learned, that, I've done 4,500 plus talks, that every time you speak, some people you're going to speak, they're going to be your best friends, some of them are going to become your clients, some of them you never, ever, ever see again, which is kind of crazy thought to think about it, because as you see your audience, they're like, they're going to be my friends forever, but it usually doesn't work like that. And number 10, have fun, because speaking should be super fun. If it's not fun, then you shouldn't be speaking, because for some people, speaking is like a chore. Man, I gotta do it. No, the truth is you don't have to do it. You want to do it. By the way, if you want to work in your public speaking, presentation, influence skills, I highly encourage you to go to InfluenceOlogy.com. We have some amazing free ebooks there that you guys can download for free and learn more about our work. And I'll talk to you soon. Adios, Roberto here, signing off. Bye-bye.